Electricians working beneath an abandoned house find a Hello Kitty poster taped to concrete, a child's mattress, a chain with an open padlock, and clothes, small clothes, that haven't been touched in 8 years. 2 blocks, that's all it was. A 5-minute walk a 6-year-old had made 100 times before. Lily Whitfield set off for school one ordinary morning and simply vanished into thin air. Before we go deeper, hit that subscribe button if stories like this pull you in. Drop a comment. Tell us where you're watching from. These stories travel far, and it's incredible to see where they land. Nora Whitfield sits at her kitchen table. The coffee's gone cold. Bills blur in front of her eyes. 8 years of them. Private investigators, age progression specialists, website hosting fees. The stack never gets smaller. Her phone buzzes. Unknown number. Mrs. Whitfield, this is Detective Martinez. 8 years. Calls about Lily come less often now. Usually dead ends. Sometimes cruel pranks. Have you found something? His voice carries weight, the kind that makes you grip the phone tighter. Electricians discovered some items. We believe they may belong to your daughter. The room tilts. Where? What did they find? Willow Creek Road, 15 miles outside town. They were checking electrical systems in a crawl space. 15 miles. The original search covered 5 miles. Then 10. Never 15. Too far for a 6-year-old to travel. Impossibly far. What did they find? He pauses. Papers rustle. Clothing and personal items. They match what Lily was wearing when she disappeared. Her hand shakes. She scribbles the address on the back of an electric bill. I'm coming. Mrs. Whitfield, I need to prepare you. What we found. She hangs up. Keys, purse, out the door. But here's what you need to understand first. 8 years earlier, Lily had been walking the same route she'd walked every morning. Past the Hendersons' house, where Max the golden retriever barked hello. Past the big maple tree where she collected helicopter seeds. 2 blocks to the crossing at Maple and 3rd. Harold Walsh had stood at that corner for over a decade. Fluorescent vest, stop sign, warm smile. He knew every child's name. Asked about soccer games and spelling tests. Kept stickers in his pocket for the kindergartners. But that morning, Harold wasn't there. Doctor's appointment. First time he'd missed his post in months. Lily reached the corner alone. That's where the witnesses stop. That's where memory ends. A 6-year-old girl, 2 blocks from school, disappeared. This is where it gets dark. Nora's GPS counts down the miles. The landscape shifts from suburban streets to rural farmland. Then woodland. Dense trees pressing in from both sides. Willow Creek Road is barely more than a dirt track. She nearly misses the cluster of police vehicles until she sees the crime scene tape stretched between oak trees. The house squats like a wounded animal. Single-story ranch. Rotting siding. Partially collapsed porch. Windows broken or boarded over. Weeds consuming what might once have been a lawn. Detective Martinez meets her at the perimeter. Younger than she expected. Kind eyes that hold the weight of what he's seen. Just show me, she says. He leads her around the side. The foundation shows signs of settling. Gaps between concrete blocks. Near the back corner, a wooden access panel lies propped against the wall, opening barely 2 feet high. The electricians needed to access the junction box, Martinez explains. It's in the crawl space. He hands her protective booties, latex gloves. Follow me. Try not to touch anything. The crawl space smells of old earth and something else, long disuse, mustiness, truth. Nora has to duck walk, following Martinez's flashlight across hard-packed dirt, 12 feet before reaching a deliberate clearing. Then she sees it. A filthy red mattress, child-sized, stains she doesn't want to identify. Attached to the nearest support post, A heavy chain. Open padlock. Metal still gleaming despite surface rust. On the concrete block wall, secured with yellowing tape, a Hello Kitty poster. Edges curled, colors faded, but unmistakably the style Lily loved. And the clothes. Scattered across the mattress like discarded doll's clothing. Lily's denim overalls. The ones with the embroidered sunflower on the front pocket that Nora had sewn herself. The green and yellow striped shirt. The pink backpack in the corner. Cartoon character still visible beneath the grime. Oh, God. Nora's knees hit the dirt. Oh, God, she was here. Here's the detail that changes everything. 2 ceramic plates stacked near the mattress, remnants of food petrified on their surfaces, a plastic water bottle, child-sized, lying on its side. Based on wear patterns, Martinez says gently, forensics estimates extended occupation, weeks, possibly months. Nora reaches toward the striped shirt, stops just short of touching it. She'd ironed that shirt the night before Lily disappeared, used the lavender water her daughter loved. Who owned this place? Frank Morrison, age 78. Been in assisted living for 2 years. The property was rented through a now defunct management company. And the renter? Martinez's expression darkens. Morrison says it was a long-term lease, paid in cash. He met the tenant only once. Described him as ordinary, quiet. Kept talking about needing storage space. Rent came in cash-filled envelopes, always on time. Morrison never had reason to visit. Leaving the crime scene, Nora's hands have their own memory. Without conscious thought, she turns onto Maple Street, following the route seared into her mind 8 years ago. The old neighborhood looks familiar and foreign. Trees grown taller, houses repainted. Where her small rental house once stood, a modern duplex now crowds the lot. She parks and begins. Walking. 2 blocks, 5 minutes for a 6-year-old's short legs. At the intersection of Maple and 3rd, she stops. The crossing guard post still stands. Octagonal stop sign now automated with flashing LED lights. No need for a human presence anymore. The morning sun casts the same shadows it would have 8 years ago. She can almost see Harold Walsh there in his fluorescent vest. One hand holding the stop sign, the other waving children across. Harold had been inconsolable when he learned about Lily's disappearance. Blamed himself terribly for that doctor's appointment. For months afterward, he'd organized weekend search parties, printed flyers with his own money, walked through woods and fields calling her name until his voice gave out. At the corner, a small memorial marker catches her eye. Bronze plaque weathered but clean, surrounded by fresh marigolds. In memory of Lily Whitfield, forever 6 years old. A laminated card tucked among the flowers bears familiar handwriting, still praying for answers. Mrs. Chen, days pass. Detective Martinez calls with updates. The rental payments were sent to a P.O. box. Always postal money orders purchased with cash. Virtually untraceable. When did they stop? Exactly 1 year ago, then nothing. 1 year ago. The timing nags at her. She visits the elementary school, talks to the principal, a young woman who wasn't there when Lily disappeared, but knows the case intimately. 12 employees left within 2 years of the incident, Dr. Coleman explains, turning her monitor. 3 teachers took early retirement, 2 transferred. The head janitor was let go after a background check revealed an old assault charge. An assault charge? Bar fight from his 20s. Should have shown up initially. When it came to light during a routine recheck, the district had to let him go. Nora leans forward, her mind trying to force connections. Harold Walsh retired from his crossing guard position 13 months ago. Eleanor Fitzgerald, the longtime secretary, joins them. Gray hair, reading glasses on a beaded chain. That man blamed himself something terrible, Eleanor says. Organized search parties every weekend for months. spent his retirement savings on flyers. I remember finding him crying by the crossing post one afternoon. But I haven't told you the strangest part yet. The fuel gauge hovers just above empty. Nora pulls into the Chevron station on the edge of town, the same station where Dev Patel put up her missing person flyers 8 years ago, where his employees joined search parties. She goes inside to pay. Credit card machine's broken. 2 customers ahead of her in line. The man at the counter purchases an odd assortment. Strawberry ice cream, small propane canister, pack of D batteries. His voice sends recognition through her like electricity. That gentle cadence, the slight whistle on his SE sounds from ill-fitting dentures. Harold Walsh. He's aged in the year since she last saw him, shoulders curved inward, white hair thinned to wisps. The fluorescent lights cast deep shadows under his eyes. He turns from the counter. His pale blue eyes meet hers. They widen with recognition. Nora? He says it softly, shifting his purchases to one arm. I heard about what they found this morning. I'm so sorry. Harold, I heard you retired. How are you doing? He glances toward the parking lot. She notices an old Winnebago parked at the far pump. Rust-spotted cream-colored sides, duct tape patching one window. Getting by, been doing some traveling with my niece. He pauses. Adopted niece, really. Her parents passed when she was young. Seemed the Christian thing to do. Through the camper's open door, Nora sees movement. A girl, maybe 14, sits at the dinette table, long blonde hair pulled back in a ponytail, wearing a faded blue t-shirt. The girl's focused on something, absently licking an ice cream spoon. That's wonderful of you, Nora says, after losing your wife. Taking in a child at your age. Family is family, Harold says simply. They walk outside together. The afternoon heat hits like a wall. I'd love to meet her. The change is instant, jarring. Harold's shuffling gait suddenly quickens. His shoulders go rigid. He steps sideways, putting himself between Nora and the camper. She's very shy with strangers. We really need to get going. Long drive ahead. Oh, I didn't mean to. Sarah, get away from the door, Harold calls sharply, practically jogging to the RV. The girl looks up, confused. And in that brief moment, Nora's breath catches. The freckles. Even from 20 feet away, even in shadow, that distinctive pattern is visible. 3 freckles forming a perfect triangle on the bridge of her nose. 2 smaller ones forming a line below. Not scattered randomly like most children's freckles. A specific constellation. That Nora had kissed goodnight thousands of times. Harold yanks the camper door shut with a bang. Through the window, the girl's mouth moves, asking a question. Then Harold's hand presses her away from the glass. He climbs into the driver's seat, starts the engine with a roar of black exhaust. Harold! The Winnebago's already moving, pulling away from the pump with the gas hose still connected. It pops free with a metallic clang. The safety valve shuts off the flow. The hose recoils. Harold doesn't stop, doesn't slow down, just accelerates onto the highway heading north. Nora stands frozen, watching the Winnebago disappear around the curve. All she can see is that pattern of freckles, that unique constellation the forensic artist had carefully replicated in every age progression photo. This part still gives me chills. She's being paranoid. 8 years of false sightings trained her to see Lily everywhere. The girl looked nothing like her daughter would. Wrong coloring, wrong build, wrong everything. Except those freckles. And Harold's. Reaction? The gentle old crossing guard who'd organized searches, who'd wept at memorials, had practically fled rather than let her near that girl. She calls Detective Martinez. During the original investigation, was Harold Walsh ever looked at? Typing? Click of a mouse? Yes. Interviewed along with all school personnel. Clean background check. No criminal history. Not even a parking ticket. Says here he was devastated by the disappearance. Organized multiple search parties. He has custody of a young girl now. Adopted niece. He seemed oddly defensive when I tried to meet her. Practically ran away. Martinez's voice carries gentle understanding. Mrs. Whitfield, I know today has been incredibly difficult. It's natural you're seeing things through a different lens. Many people involved in Lily's case became extremely protective of children afterward. You're right. I'm sorry. But after hanging up, she finds herself at her laptop, typing Harold's name. The results are sparse. No Facebook, no LinkedIn, no social media at all. Then she finds it. An article from the Pine Creek Gazette dated 13 months ago. Pine Creek RV Park celebrates 20 years. Halfway down the page, a photograph of Harold standing beside his Winnebago. Harold Walsh, our newest permanent resident, says he chose Pine Creek for its peace and quiet after retiring from his position as a school crossing guard. It's the perfect place to enjoy my golden years with my adopted niece, Walsh told the Gazette. The article includes the park's address. Nora finds herself copying it into a notebook, her hand moving almost without conscious thought. Sleep is impossible. She lies in bed staring at the ceiling, seeing that constellation of freckles every time she closes her eyes. By 4 a.m, she gives up, makes coffee, sits at the kitchen table with the Pine Creek address circled in her notebook. By 5:30, she's in her car, telling herself she's just going for a drive. The RV park sits on the outskirts of town where development gives way to pine forest. A modest sign marks the entrance. The office is a double-wide trailer, flower boxes under the windows. A bell chimes as she enters. Good morning. The manager's name tag reads, Debbie. Her face lights up at a potential customer. How can I help you? I'm interested in monthly rates. Oh, honey, let me show you around. They walk the grounds. Deb keeps up steady chatter, pointing out amenities, introducing passing residents. And way down at the end there, Space 38. That's Harold Walsh, keeps to himself mostly. Nora's pulse quickens. Seems like a nice mix of people. Harold's a quiet one. Keeps odd hours. Sweet girl he's got with him, though. Deb lowers her voice. He homeschools her. Says the regular schools don't challenge her enough. That's dedicated. Family is everything, Deb says. Nora gradually makes her way toward the far end of the park. Space 38 is backed against thick pines. Harold's enhanced the privacy with lattice panels and blue tarps strung between posts, creating an enclosed area around the entrance. She approaches slowly, ears straining. Then she hears it. A young girl's voice humming tunelessly from inside the RV. Heart pounding, she moves closer. One window has a gap where the curtain doesn't quite meet. The girl sits at the dinette table, bent over a sketchbook, colored pencils scattered around her, blonde hair falling forward to curtain her face. On the table beside her, an open container of ice cream, strawberry. The girl absently takes a spoonful, focused on her drawing. A bit of melted ice cream drips onto her left arm. Without looking, she scratches at the spot, and Nora's breath catches. Even from 10 feet away, she can see the angry red welt rising on the girl's skin, near her elbow. The reaction immediate and localized. A raised, inflamed patch about 2 inches across. The memory crashes over her. Lily at 4, crying in the kitchen, arm covered in that same angry rash. The rushed trip to urgent care, the allergist's explanation. It's unusual. Most strawberry allergies present as systemic reactions, hives all over, respiratory issues. But Lily has what we call localized contact dermatitis. Her skin cells in that specific area have an extreme sensitivity to strawberry proteins. It's quite rare. That specific spot, always the left arm near the elbow, where her skin was most reactive. The allergist had said it was like a fingerprint. The girl scratches again at the spreading rash, finally looking down with annoyance, grabbing a paper towel to wipe the ice cream away. But the damage is done. Nora backs away from the window, her legs barely supporting her. In her car, she fumbles for her phone. "Detective Martinez." She gasps when he answers. "The strawberry allergy, left arm near the elbow, localized contact dermatitis. It's in her medical records. Dr. Patel at Children's Hospital documented it extensively." Martinez's professional calm cracks. "You're certain? You saw this reaction?" "I watched it happen. She's eating strawberry ice cream right now. The rash is spreading exactly like it did with Lily. Same location, same pattern, same everything." "Where are you exactly?" "Pine Creek RV Park, near Space 38. Return to the main office immediately. Park where you can see the entrance but not the specific space." Pause. "Mrs. Whitfield, we're coming now." 3 police units roll in without sirens, their quiet arrival more ominous than any wailing alerts. Detective Martinez parks beside her, his expression professionally neutral, but his eyes sharp with urgency. "Stay here. We're going to check space 38. She watches the officers move down the main path, movements coordinated, purposeful. The wait is excruciating. Martinez's radio crackles. Even from inside her car, she hears the tension. Unit 1. The space is empty. RV's gone. Fresh tire tracks. Looks like a hasty departure. Nora's heart plummets. She's out of her car before she realizes she's moved. Deb intercepts them, face flushed with anxiety. "What's happening? Why are police here?" Martinez pulls out his phone, shows her a photo of Harold. "This man, Harold Walsh. When did you last see him?" "He paid his monthly fee yesterday, but I saw his rig pull out maybe 20 minutes ago. He used the back service exit. Connects to the old logging road." "Where would he go?" Deb's hands flutter nervously. "He mentioned yesterday. Said something about his favorite spot near Cedar Creek. Said he was thinking of taking his niece camping for her birthday." "Where exactly?" "Forest Service Road 47, about 12 miles up the mountain, past the old fire tower. Pretty remote. No cell service." Martinez is already moving, barking orders into his radio. "Roadblocks on the highways. Units to Forest Service Road 47, all available backup." He turns to Nora, expression stern. "You need to stay here." But she's already backing toward her car. "That's my daughter up there." She's following the convoy before he can finish his protest. The police units maintain steady speed on the winding mountain road. Dense pine forests press in from both sides. The road switches back and forth, gaining elevation with each turn. 10 miles. 11. The abandoned fire tower appears through the trees. Skeletal frame rusty with age. 12 miles. Lead unit's brake lights flare. Martinez's voice crackles over someone's radio. "Winnebago spotted. Clearing ahead. All units prepare for approach." The clearing opens like a wound in the forest. Flat area maybe 50 yards across, surrounded by towering evergreens. Cedar Creek gurgling along the far edge. And there, parked haphazardly near the tree line, Harold's battered Winnebago. Police units fan out in practiced formation, blocking any escape route. Officers exit their vehicles, using them as shields, weapons drawn but held low. Martinez raises a bullhorn. "Harold Walsh, this is Detective Martinez with the County Sheriff's Department. We need you to exit the vehicle with your hands visible." Silence. The forest holds its breath. No birds sing. The creek's babble sounds too loud. "Harold, we know you have the girl. We know it's Lily Whitfield. Let's resolve this peacefully." More silence. Then, muffled from inside the RV, a girl's voice, scared, confused. Nora's knees nearly buckle at the sound. After 8 years, Her daughter's voice, changed by time, but still holding that particular timbre she'd know anywhere. The Winnebago's door opens slowly. Harold appears first. Gone is the gentle crossing guard. His face is haggard, eyes wild. In his right hand he clutches a hunting rifle. His left arm wraps tightly around the girl, pulling her against him as a shield. The girl is sobbing, mascara streaming down her cheeks. She looks exactly as Nora imagined and nothing like she expected. The blonde hair throws her, the fuller figure, but those freckles are unmistakable. "Grandpa, what's happening?" the girl cries. "Why are there police? What did we do?" "Shh, Sarah, it's okay." Then louder to the officers. "You don't understand. I saved her. Her parents. They didn't deserve her. Letting a 6-year-old walk to school alone. I gave her everything. She's my daughter now." "Harold." Martinez's voice through the bullhorn stays steady, calm. "No one wants anyone to get hurt. Put the weapon down." 8 years. Harold's voice rises to nearly a scream. 8 years I've been her family. I'm all she knows. You can't just take her away. An officer's radio crackles with static. The sharp sound makes Harold jerk. The rifle barrel swings momentarily away from the girl's temple. In that split second, the girl feels his grip loosen. With the instinct of a trapped animal, she wrenches free and runs. Her blonde ponytail streams behind her as she sprints toward the police line, toward safety, toward a mother she doesn't remember. For one heart-stopping moment, Harold swings the rifle toward her retreating form. Nora screams, the sound ripping from her throat. Officers shout commands. The girl keeps running, stumbling on uneven ground, but not stopping. Then Harold's face crumples. He turns the rifle toward himself, placing the barrel under his chin. 2 officers who had positioned themselves closest rush him with tasers. The electrical charge hits him before his finger finds the trigger. Harold convulses, collapses. The rifle falls harmlessly to the pine needle-covered ground. Officers are on him in seconds, kicking the weapon away, securing his hands behind his back while he sobs incoherently into the earth. The girl has reached the police line, but she stands frozen, watching the takedown with horror. When Nora breaks past the officers calling, "Lily! Lily!" the girl shrinks back, her tear-streaked face full of confusion and fear. "My name is Sarah." Her voice small and broken. "My parents are dead. Who are you? Why is everyone lying?" She wraps her arms around herself, backing away from this stranger who claims to be her dead mother, looking desperately for the only parent she remembers. The old man now face down in handcuffs, still sobbing about saving her, about giving her a better life. An officer gently steps between them, speaking softly. "You're safe now. We're going to take you to the hospital." "I don't need a hospital." The girl's voice rises with panic. "I need my grandpa. He's sick. He needs his medication." She tries to push past, toward Harold. "Grandpa, tell them. Tell them about the accident." EMTs approach with careful movements. They speak softly, calling her Sarah, not challenging her reality yet. One of them, a woman with kind eyes, coaxes her toward the ambulance. As they guide her past where Harold lies on the ground, the girl breaks free for a moment, drops to her knees beside him. "I'll find a lawyer, Grandpa." "Like you taught me. I know my rights. I won't let them take me away." Her young voice fierce with determination. "You're all I have. You're all I've ever had." The EMTs gently pull her away. This time she doesn't resist, stumbling toward the ambulance like a sleepwalker. At the doors, she turns back. Her eyes scan the clearing until they find Nora. For just a moment, something flickers in her expression. Not recognition, but a shadow of confusion. as if some deep part of her mind is trying to reconcile what she sees with what she's been told. Then, the moment passes. Her face hardens. My mother is dead. She states it flatly, climbing into the ambulance. Whoever you are, my mother is dead. The doors close, and Nora stands in the mountain clearing, surrounded by police and chaos, watching the ambulance carry her living daughter away. A stranger wearing Lily's freckles, carrying 8 years of someone else's lies. The hospital's pediatric ward smells of disinfectant and floor wax. The girl in the examination room bears little resemblance to the child Nora remembers. She sits rigid on the bed, arms crossed defensively, blonde hair tangled, face set in stubborn denial. I want to see my grandpa. It's the 10th time, her voice rising. You can't keep me here. I know my rights. The nurse looks helplessly at Nora, who stands frozen by the door, afraid to move closer. The first time she approached, Lily screamed and threw a water pitcher. Sweetheart. My name is Sarah. The girl's eyes flash with anger. Sarah Walsh. My parents died in a car accident when I was 6. June 15th, interstate pileup, 3 cars, instant. She recites it like a mantra, fingers twisting the hospital blanket. Grandpa showed me the newspaper articles. He kept them in a folder so I wouldn't forget them. Nora's heart shatters with each word, the fabrication so detailed, so thoroughly constructed. Lily, please. Stop calling me that. The girl's voice cracks. My mom is dead, dead. Why is this woman lying? Why won't anyone tell me the truth? She turns pleading eyes to the nurse. Please, I need my grandpa. He's all I have. He's probably so worried. When Nora steps forward instinctively, Lily becomes hysterical. She rips the IV from her arm, blood spotting the white sheets, lunges for the door. It takes 2 orderlies to gently restrain her while the doctor administers a mild sedative. I want to go home, Lily sobs as the medication takes effect. Please, I want my grandpa. We were going camping for my birthday, he promised. 20 miles away, in a gray interrogation room, Harold Walsh sits across from Detective Martinez. The old man looks smaller, shoulders curved inward, handcuffed to the table. His confession comes in fits and starts, punctuated by justifications and tears. My wife died 30 years ago. She was pregnant. I lost them both to cancer. The loneliness. His voice barely above a whisper. You can't understand what 30 years of it does to a person. Martinez remains silent, letting him talk. I watched those children every morning for decades, watched parents who didn't appreciate what they had. His face contorts. That morning, seeing little Lily walking alone again, something just snapped. So you took her. I saved her. I told her there was an emergency at home, that her mother asked me to pick her up. She trusted me. I'd been helping her across the street for months. Pause. I love her. I took care of her. She loves me too. The newspaper clippings about the accident. Harold's eyes dart away. I made those. Had an old desktop publishing program. Spent weeks getting the details right. Whenever she'd question things, remember things, I'd show them to her. Tell her the trauma was making her confused. Tell me about the house on Willow Creek Road. The old man's face crumples. 7 years we lived there. I homeschooled her, kept her safe. When she'd fight me about her memories, when she'd insist her parents were alive. He pauses, swallowing hard. The Crawlspace was time out, never more than a few days. I tried to make it comfortable, brought her poster, her favorite foods. You chained her in a Crawlspace, only when she was being difficult, when she wouldn't accept reality. Harold's voice rises defensively. I gave her everything, education, love, safety. The hair dye was medicine, vitamins to keep her healthy. She believed me. She learned to trust me. When did she stop fighting you? Harold whispers, 2 years in. She stopped asking about her parents, started calling me Grandpa. Pause. She was happy. We were happy. Back at the hospital, Dr. Patricia Moreno sits with Nora in a quiet consultation room. The child psychologist's expression is kind but serious. Lily has experienced severe psychological manipulation and trauma bonding. The false memories Harold created are deeply embedded. Her real memories aren't gone, but they're buried under 8 years of consistent false narrative. Will she remember me? Nora's voice barely audible. The memories of her early life exist. The brain doesn't simply delete experiences, but accessing them through the layers of manipulation will take time, extensive therapy, years, possibly. She pauses. And I need to be honest, there's no guarantee she'll fully recover those early memories. But she's alive. She's alive. And she's safe. Everything else we take one day at a time. Through the observation window, Nora watches her daughter sleep. The sedative has smoothed the angry lines from her face. In rest, she can see traces of the 6-year-old who walked to school that morning 8 years ago. The freckles are unchanged, that distinctive constellation that led her home. But everything else, the blonde hair, the suspicious eyes, the defensive posture even in sleep, belongs to a stranger named Sarah Walsh. In her hands, Nora holds Lily's medical file. Blood work confirmed what she already knew. Severe strawberry allergy, localized reaction typical at left anterior elbow. Such a small thing, a quirk of skin cells and histamines, yet it had broken through 8 years of lies, revealed a truth Harold tried to bury. She presses her palm against the window, watching her daughter breathe, and makes a silent vow. However long it takes, however many therapy sessions, however many rejections and setbacks, she will help Lily remember. Or if the memories stay buried, they will build new ones. The 6-year-old is gone, but the 14-year-old is here, alive, found. A stranger wearing Lily's freckles, carrying 8 years of someone else's lies, but alive. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe for more true stories every week. Drop a comment and tell us where you're watching from. It means everything to know these stories are reaching people. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.